folks. It's 8:41 a.m. on the 31st day, 3rd month, 2025. All right, what I'm looking at here is me hovering over a tab. It's a very interesting formation here that's occurred over in the Poontang Peninsula over here. This big penis. It's, I don't know, you probably got a name for it. Kind of looks like a left-hand mitten. Point was grabbing something from the side. So I might call this the mitten. You got a device or something right over here near this road. It's pretty obvious. It's showing up in the clouds itself. So is this the military reserve? Is it possible that something's going on here? Absolutely. There's not a doubt in my mind. And I'll show you why I say this. So we'll do Mr. Squiggles will come out. Mr. Squiggles has been very busy this morning. Showing you guys some connections to certain things that are right in our faces. It's kind of hard to see the layout of a city, when you're walking the grid. All right. First thing I'm noticing here. Let's get us a color that's convenient. How about the purple? Nurple. Is that showing up? Yeah. Here's a square. See that square right there? And I'm going to do both of these at once. So you've got some mobile devices out here, right? It's made a scalar square. And then it also made this. I'll go with a different color blue. And you see these rays coming out from this right here. This is going to aim your weather in this area. As I say, this particular area is very difficult to do weather in. Oops, that one's not correct on the angle. And then I'm going to check. This one's here is doing one of those fans. Sometimes you see, you'll see wedges of beams coming out like that. They're all pointing right at the device, right at this. So there's something there. There's no doubt in my mind. You have some devices there, not just the blowing up of the plumes. You'll start to see a method here. That's a big chem bomb going off. I don't see the same deployment as these two cells are. That's slightly different. And this is going on. It's a very current image, actually, from about a little less than an hour. Not quite an hour ago. Wow, there's a lot of chem in there. I'm going to save this one. And let's just call this boost supercell. Your Poontang. Okay, I have my own way of marking things, right? I ask no one's permission to do this. Yeah, I watched this from start to finish. Okay, so we will do that now. All right, I can zoom way back, but I think it'll do you guys more justice if I come in here like this. All right, this is Rocky right here. This is Rocky. That's Marlboro, right? That's your Poontang. All right, this plume here is going to go in this direction. Watch what it does. So I'm going to put this on roll and kind of just point out some things. Oh, I can do left hand like this. All at once now. This is 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, it went from that to pow. Yeah, that's how quick it. Look how much haze out it is. That seems like aluminum hydroxide, again, that needs to be looked into. Well, it seems like it's in 15-minute jumps. I'll say, okay, 15 minutes, that first one. It used to give me quicker images than this. But when it comes to the BOM, you don't know what they're doing. They ain't giving you right data. So I have to actually go and look at things. Yeah, let me rerun this so I have it fresh. Right, did you see the plumes come out here? Yeah, look along this line right here. Okay, then I just put my fingers on the screen. Yeah, I discovered something I can do. Yeah, look what I can do. Yeah, I'm watching this big plume being made here. The one that I just marked previously. Look at this over here. Yeah, that's very interesting. Look inside the center of this particular supercell, right? As the supercell and yet climate change is the cause of stuff, but really it's man-made weather. This is far from a peace symbol, right? You got a diamond one here. It's all coming from right here. That's your epicenter of deployment. And again, that one I think is explosions rather than a beam itself. Yeah, it is. That was an easy one to mark. But you see what I was talking about? Yeah, let's go backwards again. High. With no markers. I like that color. Even if the edges of this, you'll see that stairs, the steps, the jagged line, that helps rotation occur. And it's going to rotate in this direction. Come on. Yeah, loving all the other weather services finally showing some maps with squiggles on them. See the steps inside here? So you can tell how the impetus of the wind will grab that edge, grab that edge, grab that edge, and it starts to spin just by the natural dynamics of flow itself. So that'll get that spinning kind of nice. So you guys got some really severe storms coming today. And so I'm going to get back to the rocket band plume here. See, it just zigs along. If I come over here to the sat view, yeah, well, I'm ready for them. I just loaded this one. I've actually got 2 sat views up. And you see it really well here. And this one will give us those 5-minute jumps. Jump, jump, jump. Look right here. Chem bombs. Just keep looking at that mesh. And let me get this so it's easy to maneuver. Right, so I'm going to take it to the full. This is at 3:40 a.m., which is approximately 5 hours from now. Ago. I mean, it was 5 hours ago. So we'll watch the combination of this. See the plume come out right here? I'll go back 10 minutes, then up. And it looks like there's about 5 of them in it. So let's have a quick peek. I could do a better zoom this way. And then I'll show you the forecast part. New Zealand, you are fucked. I don't know a nicer way to put it. And if you look at the center, right here, you see 1, 2, 3, there. You got 1, 2, 3 bombs there. Hey, yeah, mighty square edges here, folks. Mighty square edges. Yeah. I chatted like a big schnozola out there, the big schnoz. Yep. Let's see, we gotta grab that again. I'm gonna double check. Then is it where it's actually running today? Holy mother of pearl. Yeah, I've got a lot of screens loaded today. I got your daylight image, but as the sun sets, it's hard to get a good image that's consistent, so I switched over to this one. Wow, Lee, you want to see some chemtrails? No, you don't. You don't want to see chemtrails. Look at this sickness mix here. Look at in this area here. Watch. I'm going to let it roll. Slow down. Chemtrails. Chem bomb, chemtrail, chem bomb, chemtrail. Look at this area here. Right in here. Watch it go past again. Chemtrail, chemtrail, chemtrail. Toxified skies. Boy, are they setting you up for some rains. Yep. And the rains from which you complain are coming from not always the planes. Any plane that goes under these chem bomb exploded plumes that are in the super duper high out atmosphere, way above the operating altitude of the jumbo jet, it will condensate the particles in the sky. The dust particle, call it dust. I call it nanoparticles or catalysts, chemical catalysts. Yes, preformed particles of chemical catalysts in your skies. And that's the sickness mix. That's the one that I really, really feel for the people that are within the fallout of that. And it is going for thousands of miles and miles and miles and miles. Earlier during the daylight hours, we had another one of these gravity waves again. We did have a bit of a pulse in the solar wind go past from a coronal hole ejection, but most of the ejection went well away from us. So it's all safe. And we'll have a bit of an uptick in the solar wind coming over the next couple of days due to another CME that's going to pretty much miss us with the particles. This is X-Smith doing this. See the pulse waves out here? And that's pulses from X-rays. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, owning your weather. Owning it now. Hey, oh, but it's 2025. Remember that old document? Yeah, it seems right on schedule. Look up Owning the Weather by 2025. It's a military document. It's pretty well known. Not quite sure event 201. Why don't you look up event 201, all you people that want to see how lockdown played out? Yeah, look how they ran a rehearsal of it. It was it in November of just before the shit hit the fan. But they were taking a shit in front of the fan. That's right. Now this is an interesting one here. We got all this flow is moving from west to east. However, these plumes on the top deck are actually moving from east to west. So something's moving along in a line here, deploying something. Let's see if we can get a pause shot of that and show you some of the booming and the pluming, because it's pretty obvious to spot. It's not all just EMF. The EMF needs to have part. Oops, I made a mistake there. Oh, fishing out the trolls. Oh, some vicious ones showed up yesterday, challenging their paradigm. Yeah, if you look in here, you like the skull and bones over here, and that one there. These are all chem bomb plumes, right? Very, very easy to spot. Very, very easy to spot. Like this one, going like that. See it? That's what you look for. So something right there, right, excuse me, right there is deploying something. This doesn't look like the Holy Eucharist to me. Or maybe that's what the Bozy kind of say that's giving you healthy chemtrails. Can you believe that bullshit some people are saying? There ain't no bubble of shit that you're going to make that's going to block EMF. I hear something like that's being sold too. I had a good discussion about that with some real scientific people, and they said it had been measured. It does not work. Something's here. Right there. You see the signature on the cloud. Right here. So if there's a radar right there, there's a glitch. Yeah, I'm showing you where it is. Look at the chem off the coast here. And this ain't doing very good for any sea life having to breathe that. And I was over in Carpentaria. They're making some more. You would think that would be a circulation that would form into a tropical system. But the chem and the EMF are preventing that. They're controlling the flow, moving some moisture here into the funk, far north Queensland. Capricorn Coast looks like it's getting hit fair good. So I think it's time I roll that part, except for one last thing. New Zealand. My God, did you get sprayed and fumigated today? Look at this. The storm ain't even there yet, and they're wicking water up into the atmosphere, and they're getting it ionically charged. If they hit a big beam right now, you will have a major quake. The electrics in your sky would say so. And in the atmosphere outside the Earth of the solar wind and the particle flows is very conducive to such activity. So I have a deep concern for New Zealand. I don't know where, but I know you're going to have to be very prepared. Yeah, make sure you got a brick in front of your door so you don't slam your fingers in them. Right? You got all your stuff you need? Cool. Hey, what good is gasoline when you can't drive down the roads? Right? You make sure you get some dry supplies. Yeah, you've had about 7 or 8 big beams interacting with your country over the last couple of days, so I do have a concern. I didn't load the screens for it, but I can show you why I'll always say from here on out that the Myanmar earthquake was caused by HAARP over in Alaska. Not just a HAARP device, HAARP itself, assisted by a device at sea that leaves a signature in the precipitable moisture that looks very much like the sea-based radar that the USA Navy operates. HAARP is operated by the University of Alaska Anchorage ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps. And so it has been handed over from the military to the military training corps. And so the experiments and stuff that they can do will be a bit different. Yes, it's a school. Look at the chem here. How many directions of the wind? This is cascading down. That's streaming over. This is standing in place like they're simulating a mountain range out here. See that? That's a standing waveform. It can be caused by, actually, you could make a wave in the ocean stand up with EMF from a beam. And it can do that as well. I've seen 80-foot waves being held in place off the coast of South Africa many times out in the southern Atlantic. You guys called it a blob. I got beams that show different. So you guys got absolutely just sprayed like bugs. Absolutely like bugs. They might not be expecting me. Oh, I've got a clear image today. Let's look at this simulated mountain range out here. Do we see chem bombs in it? Absolutely. Boom, boom, boom! Right there, the quake makers in the sky. Look at making the steps. Do, 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 do. Yep. That ain't to the stairway to heaven, I'll tell you that. That's the gate to the gates. You go. See, that's a flow maker. See the steps? You'll learn these moves. This should have steps on this side here. Yeah. So that's a flow maker. Look at the difference in the color. I'm sure all this isn't from White Island smoking it out, but it's possible. Right, the ice refraction up there with the crystals of whatever's in the high atmosphere, whatever it's made out of, is refracting light a lot different. That's really high up. That looks like oil slicks, don't it? It's oil slicky. Hey, they'll unapologetically ruin your world with a fucking oil spill and go, oops, chemtrail much? And if you look inside this, you see the bomb? See the formation there and 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 there. I don't know what the hell that is. It's very gritty. This guy looks gritty. Was you sneezing today? How you feeling? Lethargic? Yeah, because this will make you feel very lethargic. Achy. Fibromyalgia people find your achiness is at excessive highs, and that your misfiring of nerves, and people with Parkinson's will be adding up. See, a plane that goes underneath this crap doesn't have to have a nozzle spraying. It just has to have the right heat differences to condensate. Something's been deployed right here. There's no volcano right there. See it? See the chem bomb here? Right over Cook Strait. Got to control that flow. Can't have this storm coming through too quick. They want it to come straight down. They have got to block this flow with EMF. And that line right there is showing you the block. And so that'll slow it down right against the ranges. Richmond, Nelson, and them over there. You are about to cop it. And so without further ado, I'm going to show you that. Let's go to the forecast part. I tried doing this yesterday and they took it down. As I was doing it, it said 3, 2, 1, live. And then I went on for a good 45 minutes. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do this in 2 batches. New Zealand, you get your own screen. And these winds here are not to be taken lightly. Watch you walk out here. Right, 59 miles an hour is a high-level tropical storm. Okay? And I might even actually have date on that finally, because it was only a tropical depression last night. According to the Saffir-Simpson scale, with Oz will now learn. Yes, and then adopt it like the rest of the world. Imagine half your Anzac thinks there's a cyclone, the other half says there isn't. Yeah, how it's just ignorance, isn't it? That's pushing climate change with a number. Oh, let's make a new hurricane scale. No, why don't you just change yours to what the fuck it should be? Yeah, Mr. Prime Mismanager. Hashtag expose all them motherfucking. Not just the 28. I've seen some senators that have been in office for 4 years nearly and have never brought that up. Just saying. You just picking and choosing. Look at that big batch here down this southways. That's not going to be good for the penguins and all that. But the surf is going to be fucking massive down here. Massive surf. I think that thing goes off the coast up there. Sydney probably have some decent waves. When that thing's kicking off down there at 58 miles and 59 mile an hour winds, you know you're going to have surf along this coast, right? Just to point that out. And yeah, I want to go to that chemtrail day, the 21st. I was planning on going down on the 11th of July, but that seems more important. To show solidarity, as sometimes is essential. I'll stand with Matt. If you come all the way over here, I'll go all the way down there. So if you'd like to assist with that, I'd be grateful. If not, it's okay. I'm going to keep doing these forecasts for free. I don't like some of the comments. I'll take a job in a minute, but I'd rather have the job I have with Ionis to sell. Really, people. I was a very rude person. I used to say something to them in Messenger about their rudeness, and they was acting cool, and then I read that. Don't play well with others when you're swearing at people, my messenger. That's that. You don't want me down here in your boat. It's going to be messy. What's the waves look like? Humor me a minute here as I get away from your general forecast. This is important here. Why? Because some people might want to have some fun, man. Oh, yeah, I thought so. Oh, yeah. Sydney. Yeah. Pipeline's going to be running. All along this coast going to be running. Get your asses down there. Looks like you've got a few days. An occasional rogue wave. Yeah. You'll be decent. Yeah. Oh, the best swells down here. Oola doola. So add that on top. Yes, Sydney, the pipeline's going to be running. Absolutely, no doubt. No doubt at all. So, if you've never done the bonsai pipeline, don't do it if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. There's people out there that know what they're doing, and I want to watch. Right? I like to see the best. Prepare for the Olympics. It's the greatest training you could ever have. Look at this coming up the coast. Look. Port Mac and all them. Yeah. Good swells. Good swells coming. Nabucco. Good swells. Yes. That's swell news. Are we going to have it? Yes. Shabby, them going to be running. Will Carey. Oh, yes. South to Byron running. Are we going to catch? Is Carey going to run? Fucking hell. Look at Byron. Get on. Yeah, Byron as well. Tuesday. This will be Wednesday your time. But I still think the best waves are going to be. Look at this. And add that. That should be just swells. Yeah. I keep track of that. It's not like, oh, look what he's doing. Nah, for years I love to tell people where the fun is. The wave's still the best is down here. There's your choices, man. I say get down there, Sydney, and down here. I don't know what beach around here, what it's like, but man, that would be it. That's it. Because you'll have days of this down there coming over the next about 56 hours. And then you could go over here. Yeah, well, that's fucking dangerous. That's cold ass water down here. So, that's that. Na, and the wind's gonna be blowing. The wind is fucking blowing, 'cause the cambambers keep flowing. Agenda 20, build back better, growing. The taxpayers paying more and moaning, groaning. Is it raining? Is it pouring? Is it toxic? Is that snoring? No. As it moves in and out pretty quickly by the 5th, and as we come in and through the weekend, get ready for Smackaroo number 2. Yes, and it's packing a good amount of water and it's bringing a bit of cold air up with it. Welcome to the autumn. Welcome to the winter. It'll be autumn, won't it? And then there's going to be a bunch of people getting high. There's a big high over the whole country. Yeah, good. In and out, leaving terrible totals. So I want to leave you out of that part. Because, man, they done made some fuckery. What do you want me doing? I'll do it in a 3-day. Wonk. High, have it. Have it. The geostorms are coming to your town. 1/3 of a meter plus. Yeah, I was thinking it. I'm thinking about 1/4 of a meter through there. I'm not fully in agreement with this. But the south coast down here, as I move this along, it's really bad. Do you want worst case scenario? You know me, I do ask. Do you want worst case scenarios? Hello, Access. Right, when the weatherman don't know what he's doing, we're going to watch this tendril come across to see what it's raining. I know you guys are going to get over 1/4 of a meter through here, and it's bad. Yeah, I'm seeing about, I think that's too low. Way too low, sir. Did you hear what I said earlier? 1/4 of a meter? It would be very well possible. When you get anything over 15 centimeters coming on the click, it's never good. But it's coming in 2 batches, okay? You get it in two shirts. So nothing till Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, overnight Tuesdays about when it's hit. Oh, that'll be Wednesday your time. So that's Tuesday my time, so that'll be about 6 o'clock in the morning. Coming on Wednesday morning the 2nd is when you'll start seeing the terrible totals showing up. Watch out for the flash floods. Yep. All the way across the entire western coast. We know that Cook Strait is blocked. Okay, so the flow won't go across it, so all the condensates have to finish dropping right here along this mountain line to this side of between Rich Nelson and Blenheim. You see that range right there? Okay, so it's coming in this direction. It's going to drop a lot of condensate, so prepare now. If you got a shop or something down that main street of Richmond and Nelson areas, pick your stock up in the air so you don't lose it. Do it now. Otherwise, don't. What else could I say? Soggy thumb coming to town again. Yeah, this ain't good, man. I don't like seeing totals like this. The Penis Insula as well, within that period, is also getting their coppings. Copying that field of geoengineering. How you liking it, huh? Well, when they're hemming you up like they did, that's what you can expect. There's some decent totals as well as they're bringing that moisture over from there to Tassie. So look, you got some rains to complain about. Whammo, I have it. I'm still very concerned about this area here to the west of the Northern Rivers area, so we're keeping an eye out. But the EMF line is pretty much bringing everything over towards coughs, but I'm going to have to keep an eye on this. Why? Because the chem bombs and the beams will decide it all. And that'll be coming fairly. You got a couple days to get ready in this one. That'll be about 24, 36 hours. And again, you'll be looking at about overnight hours of Wednesday when you're getting your copping. So don't be out here on these roads. Wollongara, Tenterfield, and all that there, especially in here, because a lot of water is going to run your way. Okay, so if I was in here having a Main Street thing, I'd be picking my stock up in the air too. Well, judging from this altitude, it will drain, but it'll be a pain in the ass while it's getting towards this lake over here. So watch yourself. Don't leave your car too low down in the parking lots over here, or you might get scrub-roaded. Parks Drive. Okay, so I just call. That's never good if I've actually zoomed in and call out streets, as always shown me in the past, as this goes out to sea. But still, these totals are too low. Way too low. Rockingham. Oh, that's because I don't have it all the way over to the Monday. Yeah. I won't be surprised if a quarter meter don't fall somewhere over in this area here. 200 mil, because I'm watching a tendril going along. Let's see if any of them are showing up. Well, we already showed you that big storm was being blown up here right over the military area, right? I zoomed in on it, and so it has a device that's operating that's going to own the show here. I think it might be protecting itself a bit, driving it a bit north. And hello, Agnes. Yeah, you got protect the Tucker dust. Keep it dry. Tucker dust, it's a must. Try it. You ain't had any of it. No, I don't get paid to say it. That's just real nice stuff. It doesn't say it on it, but man, it's loaded with omega oils you can only get from hemp seeds. Different kinds have different ones. See this tendril hovering out here? This is what's bothering me. Where are they going to put that? This is bothering me. Is all that going to go to New Zealand? Will some of it be stripped off? Because when they snap that storm, that has to come back in towards Queensland. So again, Townsville, you're in the sights. Bowen in the sights. It's a soggy weekend along the Bruce here. But it is what it is. It is what it is. That's pretty much what I got to say about everything. It's nice to see no huge totals down south over here. But when again I'm facing a big storm and I'm looking over here near Vanuatu, seeing some decent totals going to be affecting this island here. It's just south of Port Vila. It's in Fiji getting the wets. And I see these big beams causing stuff like this on HARP. What HARP did, I'd have to go way back. And this was the last image I had at 5 a.m. this morning, this big beam here. Right? Look at that. What's on in your weather? EMF is moving the rivers of moisture. Chem is giving it the ability to gain a function to the sky, if you will, for the EMF to propagate its waveform, ionize things, catalyze things, and they say they can do these preformed particles. They do. They say it. This document right here says so. It's the Paris Agreement governance document. I go over this many times. I want that other one, the PDF. It's easier to load. And you should look at this document. They talk about solar radiation management. They talk about sending sunlight back into space, which is another way of saying blocking the sun in my eyes, right? And I go down here, like, what name do I see wanting to block the sun? But a man named Mr. Burns blocking the sun. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. If I go over here to page 13, you'll see this right here. First paragraph, potential delivery vehicles for stratospheric sulfur dioxide. Look, and I'm gonna pull this up big, so you can get a really good shot of it. Really good shot of that. You see this here? It'll be fine. From here, you see this? I don't know where my pen went. You see that right there? Potential delivery vehicles for stratospheric sulfur dioxide. Right there. Right there. Right in front of your eyes. You cannot deny this. It's undeniable. And when I go down here, I see something else. Producing aerosol to reflect sunlight away. Block the sun. And when I go down here and I'll read this guy's stuff, Mr. Mikhail Booty Hole over there, I wasn't too pleased. And then I noticed this one from the U.S. House Committee. And what does this say? There have been suggestions of injecting preformed particles of other chemicals. So let's mark this one too. For my personal havings. You can't tell me that it doesn't say injecting preformed particles in the sky. Right? What's this one? Titanium oxide. Injecting. Don't tell me they ain't doing it. Don't tell me it can't be done. I'll tell you, you got some homework to do, man. You got some homework to do. So I passed you that document. So don't tell me it can't be done. Don't tell me they ain't owning the weather and that ain't what this is. Don't you piss down my back and tell me it's raining, and don't you poison my planet in front of me and expect me to be silent. No more is the earth the corporate whore. Big love, stay safe, peace.